Russia were targeted by Ukrainian drones early Tuesday. It was the largest attack on Russia's alcohol production facilities to date. The plants also supply fuel used in the ongoing war, while a combined heat and power plant and synthetic rubber plant were also targeted in the strike. According to posts on the Telegram social messaging app, an undisclosed number of unmanned aerial systems (UAS) hit targeted facilities in the Tula region, while another was directed at a plant in the Tambov region. An additional distillery in the Novokopersky district of the Voronezh region was also targeted in the drone strike. Though the Kremlin quickly reported that the Ukrainian drones were all shot down, users on Telegram have shared photos and videos that suggest otherwise. The photos and clips have been shared on X, and show that at least one of the distilleries in the Tula region suffered significant damage with the building engulfed in fire. The Kremlin couldn't control the narrative yet again. This is hardly the first time that news has circulated quickly on the social media networks, even as Moscow has tried to keep a lid on the story without success. Although it hasn't been confirmed by the Ukrainian government, the pictures do seem legitimate and there is no indication that they've been faked, although that could change, suggested Drive. Braddock, assistant professor of public communication at American University. Given that the pictures are spreading on Telegram, it does seem that it has gone beyond Moscow's control to keep the news of the attack of the facilities under wraps, added Braddock. There have been some claims that the Russian air defenses had stopped a drone attack on the way to Moscow, but that hasn't been confirmed either. Past social media reports from within Russia have largely come via the so-called no bloggers, who have been surprisingly critical of the Russian war effort, while still supporting Russian President Vladimir Putin. In this case, it was the average Russians who were the first to share the news on social media that the facilities came under attack. It is getting harder and harder to keep this information out of the Russian public, explained Drive. Matthew Schmidt, associate professor in the National Security Department at the University of New Haven. Russians are increasingly getting information that is outside the curated garden of the Kremlin-controlled TV stations. None of the facilities that were targeted were remotely close to Ukraine, nor were the distilleries what a few months ago might have been considered military targets. Thus these strikes were likely completely unexpected and caught the Russian citizens off guard. The attacks highlighted that Kyiv has been able to strike even further into Russia while Moscow is unable to control the narrative of Ukraine's reach militarily. This is a blow to Russia and especially to Putin's ability to repel Ukraine's attacks into Russian territory, added Braddock. We can expect to see more of these moving forward, and not just to demonstrate Ukraine's reach but also to demonstrate that Russia's ability to repel these kinds of attacks is more limited than Moscow would like to admit. Although it might not be a breaking moment for the Russian people, it won't likely see support for the war increase. In fact, there was a new public opinion poll that suggests that while there is still support for the war, the public is looking for a settlement, said Schmidt, who suggests that the average citizen will quickly share these images with friends and relatives around the country. That's part of what is driving these posts right now, he added. The importance of the distilleries to the war effort. The other said,